Alright guys, today I had 3 trades. It was a nice clean day for me, so I'll jump right in here. The first trade was on AMD, and you'll see here on the 5-minute chart, we had this really strong bullish candle. It hit these resistance lines, pulled back, as you can see on the 1-minute, kind of hit this, and I saw it start to curl. I took it long thinking it was going to break through and maybe go up to this yesterday low. So that's kind of what I saw. But what I should have seen is that, it hit these, important moving averages. There was 2 of them. It pulled back, and the volume stayed pretty high on this pullback. So what I should have seen is I should have known not to go for them. But I had this level right here from pre-market, and it kind of looked like an ABC pattern. So what I thought might be about to happen was an ABCD pattern, with this being C, because for a while it looks like it was going to consolidate here and then take off. Obviously it didn't. I stopped out. So I see the pattern I saw, I don't mind that, but what I should have seen is that the volume on these candles is pretty much the same as the original bullish volume, and so I should have known this isn't a pullback. This is a full-blown trend change. Additionally, to go long into these moving averages really doesn't make a lot of sense. So it was a bad trade. I'm glad I had a really tight stop loss though. So that's the one redeeming quality. My next trade was on LK. LK was crazy today. If you go in pre-market, look at this. The stock tanked 80% in pre-market because of some fraud by the COO, which is a big deal, but 80% is a crazy amount. And it kind of bottlenecked right here. Not bottlenecked, but obviously around $4 was strong support. It was at 26. It closed at $26 yesterday. In pre-market, it hit $4. This is crazy. So, and then this was obviously strong support. Look at that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 minutes it held. So right at open, it starts taking off. I go long, really small share size. This is 1/10 my usual share size. I've never gone with such a small share size in proportion to my normal, but there's a lot going on here. So I took it long, and you'll see this on the 1-minute, this line, what the heck? All right, this line right here, I took it long and trading got paused. This stock was moving up and down so fast it got paused. So I took my first, when it came back live, it started running again. I took my first partial here, so I'm half out. Then in the next minute, it got paused again. And this is kind of a nerve-wracking pause. So these are about 10 minutes, I think. It might have been 15, but 10 or 15 minutes, and these are getting paused just in place. So this is kind of like a stressful time, but you could tell from the bids and asks that when it reopened, it was going to go higher, so it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it could have been. Then I partial here, then I wanted to get to 10. I had 10, this 10-11 marker, so when it got to there, you see on the 5-minute, I partialed out again. After that, right after I got out of here, it came back down, and you can't really tell from these candles, but it got paused a couple times on the way down. So getting out this last partial was a little nerve-wracking as well, because my entry was, I think, 616, and I didn't want to let it go before. So my last partial got out at $7. This was a really great trade for me, but something I've never dealt with is stocks getting paused multiple times on the way up. I've actually seen this happen, but I've been in halts when the stock is crashing. I have never been in a trade in a pause while the stock is actually increasing in value. So very unique, but very good trade for me. Really happy with that. During one of these pauses, I got my last trade of the day in, which was on CCL, or Carnival Cruise Line. So what I saw again, and you saw this on AMD, and it's because this is what SPY did. At the open, SPY was up, kind of tapered off. So what I'm seeing when I'm watching CCL, I see higher or lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. So on the third candlestick here, I'm below this. This dashed black line is a line I pulled from pre-market. So it dipped below that. It was below VWAP. It had double topped on the 1 minute, so lots of signals to go short. I took it short here. I partialed out when I got to the 50 MA on the 1 minute here. Then I partialed out again because it was at an even dollar mark, such as 8. And in pre-market, we found out that CCL was issuing new stock at $8 a share. So I think Robert had mentioned in the chat room that that was likely going to be kind of a bottom, kind of set a floor for the stock price. So that was an important time to partial, so I partialed out there. Then this last one, I was hoping it was going to go further, maybe test the low down there, but so I kept about 25% of my position right here, and I just set a hard stop at my break even. Unfortunately, it came back on me, so that last was stopped out at break even, but this was a nice clean trade as well. Really happy with my trade management. I really like my entry, so just happy in general with this trade. And that was my last trade of the day. So 1 loser on AMD, 2 winners on LK and CCL, and I'm really happy with my risk management and how clean the trades were. It was a very low ticket day for me. Really happy with that. So good day, and I look forward to tomorrow. I hope I can build on this.